Henry was kind of an interesting guy. He was the youngest son, and he built the building where our wine store is in 1842. When he went to get a liquor license, he signed his name, Henry of Pelham, recognizing Pelham Road, which is right behind us, and Pelham Township.
What is your annual production?
Well, it varies a little bit. We produce pretty much between 70,000 to 85,000 cases a year. Depends on the quality of the fruit is really where it's at.
I love opening champagne bottles. Now technically they say that it's somewhat uncouth to make them pop. But I think, personally, that anyone who's going to spend the money to have a bottle of sparkling or champagne, you want to hear the pop. You want everyone to look around and kind of say, hey, look at me. That's what it's all about. What makes this sub-appellation different and more unique than the other sub-appellations here in the Niagara Peninsula?
When we got into the process, and our winery was involved, technical team at establishing what the sub-appellations would be in Niagara. And it was decided early on that we would take an approach a little bit different than some of the French appellations and not follow soil type, because the soil types in Niagara are varied with glacial till soils, and so every appellation within Niagara has very often mixtures of soils. Really decided that shouldn't be the defining feature of the appellation, and rather we decided to make it about the climatic effect of each sub-appellation. What's important ultimately is your elevation and your proximity to Lake Ontario, which is the body of water that provides our moderating effect in the spring, summer, winter, and fall. In all seasons, it's the moderating effect of Lake Ontario, whether it's a cooling effect or a warming effect, most often a warming effect that we're looking for in the spring, winter, and fall. Your aspect, your altitude, the aspect of the land, the proximity to the lake is absolutely critical.
Where does the inspiration come from?
It really just comes from, how do we want to eat? Eric and I, when we make up the menu, it's really about, okay, what am I craving right now? Like, we'll sit around and think, what do we want to eat right now? Like, yeah, a ham sandwich would be great, but how can we balance that out using, the techniques and skills you would use in a fine dining kitchen, and with the great produce that's available in the Niagara region, how can we make this, balanced and nice and just go great with the wine?
We're going to taste right now is our 2006 Cabernet Franc ice wine. For people coming into the winery, when they see it, a lot of times they haven't seen a red ice wine, so for them it's very intriguing.
You can actually see it in the glass that compared to most ice wines, it's a little less syrupy, it's a little less viscous, if you will. It's not your typical ice wine. It's not just oozing the scent of sugar.
Yes.
The mouth the tongue and the roof of your mouth, and it's got a real great mouthfeel to it. Absolutely not too sugar. It doesn't give you that sugar hit that you would expect from traditional ice wine. This is not your normal ice wine, but it is, in a word, phenomenal. This I love.
I love this one.
Running a winery with such a deep and rich history, do you feel an added pressure to perform and really maintain that history?
When I was younger, I didn't really appreciate our family history. And the older I get, the more I really appreciate it. I don't think it's pressure. I feel honored to be able to tell the history, show it off a little bit, and hopefully continue to build on that history. In New World wine regions, in Canada and the United States, our histories are so new. So we're lucky to be able to tell one that basically starts at the beginning of Canada. So it's a real challenge and it's exciting, actually.